What's up, guys? Alex here from Rendezvous Airsoft. And I know I haven't posted in a really long time, but been really busy with work and school just started up, so I've been trying to just deal with all that for a little bit. But I have a little bit of free time every now and then, so I'm going to be shooting more videos, and I do have a lot of videos on the way. A couple of videos, and today this one is of a newer product to the market, and this is the new ASG Cnc Infinity 18,000 motor. Now 18,000 I think goes for the RPMs is what they're labeling it as, which is 18,000 rotations per minute, which in terms of speed is very slow, but in terms of torque, this thing is very torquey. If you guys know about Franken-Torque motors, Franken-Torque motors are above. I want to classify Franken-Torques as like above 26 TPA. And TPA, if you don't know what that is turns per armature. So basically how it works is higher the TPA, the more torque, but the less speed. The lower the TPA, the less torque, but more speed. And there's a lot more other things that come with different TPA motors, like high-speed motors or the low TPA motors, and those heat up a lot faster and they're a lot less efficient. They drain a lot of battery. The higher torque motors, 22 and above, even 16 is considered high torque, even though they're more balanced motors, which is like a combination of the two. These high torque motors are very slow, but the torque is a lot more, so you can get a lot better semi response. And I really like semi-auto builds. If you've seen videos of mine, I actually have a video coming up for my primary, which is completely done on the inside. I'm not changing a thing after this for a while, at least until I feel like changing something to make it perform in a different kind of aspect. But right now I really like trigger response builds because I really just like semi-auto shooting. I don't really find a need for full auto unless I find a cheater on the field, and then bam, he gets 60 BBs in 2 seconds at his face, but that's a different story. So this ASG motor, Franken-Torque motors are normally 32 TPA, but this is a 28 TPA motor. And these do use neodymium magnets, which gives it the torque. 32 TPA motors are not very good if they don't have neo magnets. Sorry. So to date, this is the highest TPA motor on the market that you can buy that has neo magnet motors. That has neo magnets. The neo magnets in this are very, very high quality. It's so hard to turn the pinion. This is kind of how I tell magnet strength, and it is very, very hard. I also have a JG Blue motor right here. This has like O1 stamp on it, but it's a JG Blue. They are the same performance. They do have neo magnets, if you can see the silver in there. And these motors are hard to turn, but they're not as bad. They're actually not too hard per se, but the magnets are still very strong. I mean, you can hold anything with these. This is a bad example, but you can hold this, you can hold that, and this, and this, all with the magnets. And I'm gonna have fun putting those back. But these do have neodymium magnets. These JG Blues are known for their magnets, how they can hold up very heavy steel objects or metal that is able to be picked up by steel. And this pinion's being chewed up now that I look at it. But yeah, those are pretty good magnets. And on this ASG motor, which I'm pretty sure I don't know for a fact, but I don't know if they OEM these, but whoever is making these is doing a really good job. Like, it hurts to turn the pinion. The Pinion Gear, very, very high quality Pinion Gear. I can not see this thing stripping at all if you shim your gun correctly and your motor height is adjusted. It's very well machined just by looking at it. Oh, it does have an O-type pinion, so you will need a pinion puller to get this pinion off. I don't know why you'd ever want to change it, because so far it's holding up really, really nicely. And if you can tell, this is a short type, obviously, because it is going in a customer's PTS Masada, which uses a short type motor. And by the name Infinity CNC, everything on this motor is CNC'd. This top piece right here is CNC'd, and there's no ports in it. The bottom end bell is CNC'd. It almost looks like plastic, but in closer inspection, it is CNC'd metal. And I do really like the way they have this. The brush, you see the brush wiring is very. Let me see if I can get a focus. The brush wiring is very, very good. These are plastic pieces right here. I don't know the performance or why they did that, but it is a really nice touch. I guess it's so it doesn't short out on the metal end bell. I'm pretty sure that's exactly it, actually. And then everything is just really good on this motor. It is pretty well shimmed inside the can. Not too much movement, but there's around like a 0.5 millimeter of play, which is not bad by any standard. It's really good for an out-of-the-box motor. Normally you want the armature to not move as much, like on this Golden Eagle blue, which has just as strong magnets as the other JG blue I showed you. And this one has around like a 0.5 millimeter of play, which is really good shimming for a Golden Eagle, for a very Chinese company. But the magnets are also very well shimmed. I really like that. And by shimmed, it's not like, it's almost like an AEG, how you shim the gears. You shim this so it has minimal play and has just enough contact with the end bell hole over here. And you shim the magnets to the armature, so the closer the magnets are, the more magnet strength you get. But if they're too close, the motor will be bad. And if they're too far away, the motor just won't have the magnet strength it really wants, or you really want in a motor. Due to the design of these top, I don't really know the name of most pieces of motors. I'm not a big motor fanatic. But due to the design, unlike normal motors, how they're open and vented at the top, this one isn't, so it does heat up a little bit more, but not so much because it is a 28 TPA motor, which means it doesn't heat up as fast. And overall, these are easily the best Frankentorque motors that you can buy. Matrix does make the Matrix Godzilla motor, which is 24 TPA. So in terms of 4 TPA, it's not a huge difference, but in terms of performance, this one's going to perform a lot better in terms of torque. And the magnets are much, much better than Matrix magnets. Don't get me wrong, Matrix motors are incredible. Their magnets are some of the magnets that are strongest magnets on the market, other than like the GMP Satan motor or the Devil Jet or the what was it? Oh, Sistema magnets. From the Sistema Magnum, which the Matrix is a clone of. But yeah, I really, really like this motor. It's not mine, unfortunately. I might pick one up, even though I do have a 32 TPA Frankentorque motor that I had a friend build me, and it's a really nice motor. Very, very torquey in my 12-to-1 setup with my BTC Chimera. I'll have a video on that as well, unrelated, but yes. So overall, do I recommend this motor for the price tag? Absolutely. You're going to be paying around $40 for a Frankentorque motor from a tech that builds them. I don't build them personally. I've never really gone into that, but I might, just because why not? And then, but other than that though, they're worth the $50. It's only $10 more than if you were to pay someone to make one. And that's a very rough estimate. Most techs will charge you around $40 for a Frankentorque, but this one's only $50. And the magnets are easily the best magnets on the market now, in terms of how strong they are. And I've never had a Sistema motor, so I'm not really 200% sure on that one. But these are the strongest that I've ever come in contact with, and I've owned several different brands of motors, all the way from Ferris motors to neodymium motors. So yeah, would really recommend this product. If you guys are looking or in the market for a Frankentorque motor and don't want to spend too much, it's really not that bad. It's about the same price as a Lonex motor, and those Lonex motors are not that great, to be honest. They're a little overhyped. But yeah, I really recommend this product if you guys are in the market for a new motor. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later.